Saturday, January 21st, 2023. Battery charger. Just now activated actually. It's sucking 0.6 amperes, it's at 95%. Alright, looking good. 14.8 volts. I'm gonna run it on continuity for the test. I'm gonna go power supply 13.9, 95 amperes. I'll be there. So currently it's sucking the battery 0.6 amperes, 0.5, 13.9 volts. Alright. Yesterday before I leave, I crank it and it was at 100 bar. All night it lost 20 bar or 10, 50, 60, 10 bar, sorry. Yeah, 100, 125, 40, yes, 10 bar all night, okay. Either it has a minor leak from somewhere, that's very small and I cannot find it from anywhere, evaporates, or it might be the valve that's leaking here, or it might be the check valve that's leaking back here. There is one check valve here to don't return to maintain pressure in the system. Again, for 10 bar, I can live with that. It's not a big deal. Alright, let's timer it's here, pen and paper it's here, my reference it's here. Need to set it up to make it exactly the same pull, same RPMs, and also on this one, this I don't need that one. Oh boy, give me a break. Stupid electronics. Where am I? Am I there? There I am. Okay. No, it's not TL. Yeah, I have to check my notes. Now, what are we gonna do now? What I'm gonna do now? I have to remove the pressure from here by activating the injector, and then I have to mount. I'm gonna mount this injector first, the one that's leaking. I just wanna see how it looks like inside. All right. So I'm gonna remove also the check valve here, and I'm gonna check. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna check the injectors with this pump. This pump is almost new. Alright, and it's performing fine, beautiful. And I have the readings from this pump with these two injectors. That also these injectors, they're not old one. They have very low mileage. I think this is from the 90 kilometers engine, something like that. So let's don't put more variables. I know how much the readings, how much is given to me these two injectors. I'm not gonna change this pump. I will gonna put what I'm gonna put? I'm gonna put one injector from this side, the number one injector, and I'm gonna put also the leaking injector here. And then I'm gonna put two of those. You're gonna see in a while how it's gonna be, to see the difference and to see. I wanna see this injector, how it looks like when it's leaking. And we're gonna leak because it's at room temperature. It's at 25 degrees. It's not at 200 degrees, example. Let's see. We're gonna find out, right? Let's see what we have. This is a fuel injector that's leaking. You see one drop. Currently it's at 175 bar, a little bit more than 170. Okay. And there is one drop here on the injector. This is not leaking. I want to check also this one. Like I said, the pump, it's the same one. And these are the two injectors that I remove. I had before there, you saw these injectors before. And I get the number one from the melt piston, from the same cylinder. Okay. It's just a drop. Let me activate this injector. Let's activate this injector. Let's build up some pressure to see that again. Yeah, yeah. This one drop. I'm not trusting this injector. Meh, I didn't turn down properly the here. That's why it's dropping so much, the pressure. Yeah, let me take care about this. Remove the pressure, release the pressure again. And let's fix that before we get any measurements. We don't want to have a leak. Okay, after taking care of the leak, I just torque it down a little bit more. It looks okay. Alright, still we see one drop. Now, like I said, what's the difference? It's at 25 degrees Celsius, the injector. When you saw the video, when it was inside the combustion chamber, it looks like a stream that was leaking. Here it's obviously it's different. I just want to see how it looks like. And this one, this injector, if you turn off at night your car and you wake up in the morning and you start in the morning in a cold start, you're not gonna have 100 bar. I've mentioned 1 million times, I'm gonna mention that again. You need to have on the rail 100 bar for the first start to start direct. If you have a long cranking and you don't have a pressure inside of the fuel rail, that means you put the diagnostic before you start the car and you see that you have 7-8 bar fuel pressure. How much it's gonna give you? Not even 7, okay, 5 to 6 bar. How much it's gonna give you the low pressure pump? That means either you have an injector leak or the check valve that has here on the high pressure pump, it's not here, sorry. The check valve is supposed to be here. Yeah, I have opened how many pumps, I don't remember. It's supposed to be here, the check valve, sorry. Yes, because here has a screen, here has a filter, here has a check valve. So from this side here, this line and the fuel rail, it's supposed to be at 100 bar to start easily the car. If not, either it's leaking injector and slowly it's dropping the pressure, or the check valve, it failed and it's giving the pressure back. Alright, enough with that. Let's remove this fuel injector. I don't want this fuel injector, it's gone, it's for scrap. I don't know how to repair injectors, by the way. Alright, the only thing what I know is from the low pressure injectors that you can change the screen, the filter that has. And you can wash it with the other way around and normal and to see how it is before and after. I don't know how to repair injectors, alright? It's beyond my skills, especially this kind of injectors. The only thing what can I do is to test them, to check them, okay? And is it leaking also this one? Huh, take a look. Yeah, now, just now, watch through the camera and you're not able to see through the camera. Yeah, all the time I'm saying about that, how it looks like. Ah, no, here you can see the drop. But there is also drop here. Also this, yeah, it becomes bigger. Yeah. So that means also this injector was leaking. It's supposed to don't have any drop there. Imagine that currently, like I said, it's important. It's very important. That's why I'm saying that again. It's the third time that I mentioned. These are at 25 degrees. It doesn't have a hot cylinder head next to it. It's not at operation temperature. It's important to be at operation temperature. Currently it's at 25 and you see how much leaking. If you watch the video of this injector, the stream that how it was leaking inside, you can see it was much faster. Within a minute it was losing 20 bar from the rail pressure when it was mounted on the car. Also, this is one variable that is gonna be ideal if I can demonstrate the temperatures inside of the on the cylinder head if you like, but I cannot do that obviously. I'm happy that I can run this test at least. Something is that, right? In any case, I was willing to change the number one fuel injector. I was not willing to keep the number one fuel injector since the piston melt. Alright? I'm gonna check all of them, like I said, checking also the high pressure pumps, then moving on. That's it for now. Let me spend how many hours now checking, writing down, disappearing this injector. I'm gonna put it somewhere down here on these boxes with a tag as it is. maybe I'm gonna open also this again. I have already opened one, and I'm gonna open also this one. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm gonna open it more carefully, because the previous one I chop it, I destroy it completely. I had another one that failed. Now I have another one. When I have a time, I'm gonna open it just to see inside. Curiosity. This, I'm not trusting it, like I said. Even this, it goes for scrap, and this is for scrap. That's it for now. Today's Saturday, have a nice weekend. Between the tests, I'm leaving to charge again the battery, because sagging some amperes the starter. So I'm not running, example, now it's sagging 0.4 amperes, all right? When I make the test at 0.4 amperes, when it's asking 0.4 amperes the battery, when I finish from the test, I'm gonna wait again to get the same amperes, how much it missed, let us say, and then when it reaches at 0.4 ampere, then I'm gonna run the test again. It takes some time, that's what I'm saying. And I don't want to have also make a video, and it's a little bit loud, by the way. When you're not actuating the pump, when the pump does have frequency, it's fine, it's running nice. When you actuate also the pump, because it's pushing up and down the piston, it makes sense, right? That's it. Thank you very much. Yeah, check valve. This, have to throw it out. This was a nylon for this fuel rail. Yeah, and I have to move on with the rest. And by the way, this rail, it's not been drilled. All right, there is the restrictor. It's how it comes from the factory. It's not been drilled, because if you drill it, it's gonna be different flow. You're gonna have different readings on the wide open throttle, not on idle. When you are on idle, I don't think you're gonna change anything. You're gonna be the same. But when you have a high demand of fuel, the restriction, like this one, that it doesn't have a restriction, it's been drilled, it's changing it. That's it. Anything else? No, nothing. I hope that I covered you. Thank you very much. Let me continue here. Why I'm in hurry to stop the video, right? Yay! Let's see how it's gonna end up. Now, this injector, it gave me before, on my current settings for idling, alright, it gave me 84 ml per minute, alright. I test this injector, the number one. This gave me, one second, let me see how much I wrote, 72 ml per minute. This 72 ml per minute on the settings, again, that demonstrate the idling, alright, this gave me 84. Let's see what we're gonna showing now on demonstrating, let us say, the wide open throttle as an example. It's my setup, alright, what I use. It's not exact, obviously. This, I'm gonna tell you how much they give me this. This injector give me, on the settings that I have for a wide open throttle, example, it's 216 ml per minute. This one. On the settings, alright. Let's do the same settings for this and repeat to see how much it's giving this one. Okay, exactly the same values, same setup. That's demonstrating, let us say, high load. Like I said, this injector is giving to me 216 ml per minute. This injector is giving to me 192 ml per minute. You remember when I said that if, example, if one cylinder at 5000 RPMs, this is an example, it has, let us say, 16:1 air-fuel ratio, and some other they have 12:1 or 11:1, the oxygen sensor, you're gonna be happy. Because if it's not performing well, if it's not spraying the correct amount of fuel inside the combustion chamber, one injector, at 5000 RPMs under wide open throttle, the other cylinders are gonna compensate, they're gonna spray a little bit more, alright, because it cannot pass through this one. The oxygen sensor, the lambda, you're gonna be happy, alright, but this cylinder, you're not gonna be happy. You're gonna increase much more pressures and much more temperatures, because you're gonna be, let us say, near to the stoichiometric, or even the stoichiometric is lambda 1, 14.7 to 1. It might be even leaner, so you're gonna create an explosion inside. You're gonna increase much more the temperatures. I have mentioned that before. And that's what I'm talking about. And it's not only the direct injection, even the low pressure injectors, you can see the same things. If you melt a piston and then you get the old injectors and you compare it, you're gonna see that one injector on the specific cylinder, if it is an injector failure, alright, and it's not from the software, from the tune or whatever, you're gonna see that one injector is not gonna perform the same like the other one. It's gonna be more down, more reduced. It might cause also the thing if you have a tighter pistonic gap, if you have more tight piston to cylinder wall clearance and it's gonna work more hard. It's also the fact for the intake manifold, it has a better airflow in one specific cylinder, so this cylinder will gonna run much more hot than the others, or the back pressure, the exhaust manifold, it matters all this. But injector, you can test it. So now that's the end. Let me continue because I have to repeat the same thing. Some people, they don't understand what get involved to do that. You have to set up both machines. I have to actuate the pump. Then I have to start spinning the motor. Then I have to start the pulse for the low pressure pump. And then I have to actuate the fuel injector and at the same time the timer. And I have to do that 3 times to be exact. I have always plus minus 1 ml and sometimes I don't have at all plus minus. I'm always exactly the same. That's what I'm looking for. And always I have to wait until it goes down to 0.4 amperes to suck again the same energy, the battery, if you like. So it takes some time to do that. But for a peace of mind, I want to do it. It's not, you're going to tell me why you're not changing only injectors. Because I believe that the rest injectors are going to be fine. From what I saw inside of the combustion chamber and from the pistons, I don't think so we're going to have any problem. Now, you cannot be inside. It's one electronic device that's passing fuel through this one and has a variable temperatures. That means it's not working all the time at 100 degrees or at 600 degrees. It's complicated. It has only 44,000 kilometers. And I'm not going to say to the owner, you know what, yeah, you have to pay, you have to sell the car to change injectors, as an example. If it was, let us say, 200,000 kilometers or 150,000 kilometers, we're not going to talk right now. You have to change the injectors for a peace of mind. Understood? For the high pressure pumps, it's much more simple, the things, because if it has a single scoring inside, you're gonna reduce the performance of the pumps, too much. You're gonna see, you're gonna be clear. And again, if there is a problem, let us say with a high pressure pump, you're gonna be lean all the bank. The oxygen sensor, you're gonna see that there is a problem because you're not gonna lean up only one cylinder, you're gonna lean up all the bank. So you're gonna go to fail safe. From a fuel starvation of the fuel pump, you might get away. Fuel starvation from a single injector, you're not gonna get away. Like I said, the small difference when you're at the limit, when you have, let us say, all the cylinders 12:1 air fuel ratio, and then one cylinder it's running 16:1 air fuel ratio, there you're gonna see the results. Nothing new here. Let's continue. Yay.